area that will allow you to that is protected and will um, that you can also build in. There's bad things outside. I don't know what the nuggets are for. But it looks like we do have create, and let's open these boxes. Wood. More wood. Which I'm okay with right now. Find a wolf. Find a So this is talking about the Doggy Talons mod, which this is a quest, but they give you the Doggy Charm, um, which spawns one of them for you. Coin shop. Oh, that's cool. They use the Wandering Trader head. Choice. Oh, this is a choice reward. This is random. Um, I mean, I could do this too, but we'll save up the money. Um, I love the soul stuff. It's so cool. Looks like this is create. Oh my god, and it's laid out so nice. So this is all like decoration stuff, right? We can make sconces, which are really cool. Paper lanterns. So we got macaws. Now, most of that probably won't be touched. I will probably make them for the quest, and that's it. Because I can't build. I build about as well as a baby with play tools. Press J to open the Jobs Plus menu. Jobs Plus is a mod that adds 10 jobs to Minecraft, each with their own custom items and power-ups. Every job has 100 levels, and every level requires a certain amount of job XP. You can get the job XP by doing certain tasks that belong to that job. See how to get XP in the page. See the How to Get XP page in the Jobs Plus menu for more information on this. Every time you level up a job, you'll get one job coin. These coins can be used to buy new jobs or power-ups. Custom items. As your job level gets higher, the craftable items get better and better. If you want more information about the items, visit the job crafting recipes page on the Jobs Plus menu. Each job has 3 power-ups, which can be bought using 10 coins, and a superpower, which is unlocked after reaching job level 100. For more information, visit the job power-ups. Okay, so let's take a look. So we can either be an alchemist, a builder, digger, enchanter, farmer, fisherman, hunter, lumberjack, miner, or a smith. Miner. Adds a new tool called the hammer. Yep. I'm already going for that because hammer, I mean, come on. And what, digger? So I got miner and digger, which basically I get the excavator and the hammer which are probably both. Oh, that's cool. So what happens if I come in here? Okay. Ore vein miner. You don't have enough coins. Automatically smelt ores, haste 1 when mining, and the superpower is haste 1 and speed 1. Mine blocks that require pickaxe break. So what I can do, actually, is the big dumb and mine street down. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I forgot my pickaxe. Gonna need that. Need those. Don't need this or this. The sack can go with me. Okay, here we go. Pickaxe. I mean, really, it's not that hard to figure out um, when there's lava nearby. Like, in my opinion, like, it's probably one of the easier things to do. All you have to do is listen for bubbling. Ta-da! Oh, that's probably why it was where it was. Put it back over here. Make it small again. See, like, I hear water. Because there's probably water just on the other side of this wall. But I also see, like, a ravine coming up. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run up here. Crap. Grab my torches. Wait, actually, now that I'm looking at it, we already have dynamic lights. So, like, I think I might message the mod pack creator and tell them that there's a really cool mod that lets you use curios for dynamic lights. Oh, ow, my legs. It hurted my body. See a cockroach. It's also another thing that I tend to do is I tend to keep it on peaceful till at least I have some armor. And I will be setting up an iron generator. If not, so that I don't have to keep coming down for iron. So there's that water. It's a shroom light. What did I get? Ash. Ah, yes. Needed you. Now, what do we have in terms of tools? I think we do have tankers there. This still wants me to make a wooden pickaxe, which I didn't do because I'm smart. I see zinc right there, but I can't get it. Let's see. Quirk added so many good things. Like the ability to place blocks under others. Arid Deep Slate? We're at Y level 8 right now. What is that? A glow shroom. Doesn't give off any light. Hmm. It's funny that the Cockroach has regular foot sounds. I have dirt in here, right? Yeah, boy. Because then, what I need to do is put one here. They'll plop here. And then I can just swing at their legs. Okay, so it wants me to make a wood pickaxe. Stone wand. Time to hunt. So kill a zombie, a skeleton, and a creeper. Let's see what we have for so we have the basic like buddy armor set. We have the tinker stuff. I guess we can make copper. We have plenty enough copper for that. The wood away. Come down here, and I can pretty much break this pickaxe. Oh, they're like pickles. It's recognition for 1 days in this world for this month. Claim your daily rewards by / daily rewards claim. So throughout the month, I'll get more stuff to claim. That's kind of cool. It says Coppercorn. While progressing through the quest book, you'll gain coins, which can be traded for different valuable items in the dedicated chapter. A loot crate and a box. Or 2 boxes. Oblivion's upgrade your iron golems. What? An infernal shard. Oh, we are getting that. Summons pillagers on use. Corrupt villagers and traders into pillagers. Can even make some illagers even more powerful. Grimoire of the Lost Merchants Guild instantly levels up their profession without doing any trades. Yo, what? legit, I want to go like this. So if I press J, so I have 2 coins, which is leveling from 1 to 3. It's 2. Oh, that reloaded my shaders. So wait, if I turn... That's cool. That's really cool. I'm so easily impressed by this. We'll need to get some diamonds, though. Those are going to be a key. But let's also go ahead and... What are you used for? Zinc. We've got 10 of this stuff. Oop. 3 furnaces. One will go there. One will be crafted like this to be made into a smoker. A smoker. Fat crushing. I kind of want to make one of those. Just because I think it's going to be funny. Two of those. And these get made into this. 2 more barrels because we can never have enough storage. I don't think I have any raw meat. I could also make this much easier on myself. Do this. I think I'm just going to make copper. Actually, no. Let's just go ahead and do this. 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 Oh, damn it. I swear they need to make that shapeless. I'm like trying to do this the hard way. I'm like, I need to make another crafting table. Tinker station. Then the part builder. I take my crafting table. Boop, boop. Now I have access to all three of them. And they all pretty much fit in one block space. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to make one more wood pick, though. Just to... Is it just me, or does everything seem sideways? Or crooked? No, it's crooked. It's so weird. Boop. And now we have a blast furnace. Oh, that's cool. So we have one more gold worth. More sturdier rocks. Now, what I can do is turn this to easy, because I play Minecraft on easy. Just need 4 more. Five works too. There we go. And hide my armor. Okay. So I'm not going to stay here because we do not have enough room. There's some ships over here, but we're actually going to be moving out here. And there's some sheep over there, which I desperately want. So let's go ahead and pop that in there. And I'm going to make a basic pick. Basic stone pick. Nothing super fancy. Basic stone pick. We'll also make a sword. Like a so. 1, 2. 1 blade. And then this wood pick is pretty much going to be useless to me for a little while. I could have made a stone one. Oh well. Oh. You stay with me. Let's do this. Let's grab a boat. 1 bow at 1 butt. Wait, which way is it? Was it to the south? It's to the south. Does everything seem all crooked? Makes a boat, proceeds to swim. Yes, I'm one of those guys. Got tea. Croptopia. I hear the sheep. I hear the sheep. I need said sheep. Must shear the sheep. If I can avoid it, I will always shear sheep rather than killing them. Gee, sorry. No, everything's just crooked. That's really weird. Got an orange. Hello, Mr. Seals. And then what's this? Lemons. Lemons. Where my dirt? Okay. Oh no, they made ore berries. Damage you. We're gonna be living in a dirt hut for a little while. I think I'm actually gonna plant these outside. Like right here. Oh, do they have to be? I think. Oh. If it weren't essentially an infinite amount of gold, it'd be going in the trash. One bed. Actually, put it there. Now do that. And because I don't want my stuff getting blown up, let's just claim this area. There's a ruined portal right here too. I mean, do I say screw it and just build the colony here? I'm like seriously thinking about that. Got a lockbox. Burning money. The Netherologist. Explorer map. Trowel can be crafted with iron and sticks. The trowel, when right-clicked, will place a random block from your hotbar, making it useful for ruins or paths. Faucet. Visit Deco Madness to find out more about the decoration pot. Okay. It's a box. There are a lot of dimensions available to decorate your humble home. So, well, let's go ahead and grab some dyes. I think I got some more iron. Oh, I got some cod. Okay, so it said something about a stone cutter. I mean, I can do that. Really isn't that hard. If I could find... I think granite will work. No. Am I having streamer blindness? Oh. No, I wasn't. Seriously thought for a moment, I was like, we had sugarcane and beetroot. Oh, let's meet a good Tinker Station. Just had to pick it up. You really want me to make that thing? And sleep. And one of these should make 10 of these. Still don't understand why they're giving me the nuggets. It's this thing that's gonna be a bother. But I want this thing. So I'm gonna need 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an entire block of iron. Let's go and talk to the dude over here. Two. The compass will be useful later. Mostly when we make trains. Oh, that's cool. Take my sea pickles. I have a thing with sea pickles. I love them. I think they're a great light source. You just give it the boop. Okay, so this doesn't hurt you, does it? No. There's some mods that will make it to where that does hurt you, and it's really annoying. Do doggo. Grab stick. I will tell you all that story later. While a dog with a skill is on your head, your bed will be highlighted. Becomes infinite at level 5. Okay, this can be mastering a skill we'll do every day. Let's see, Creeper Sweeper, Pack Puppy. Let's do this and this. Then we'll do this one, this one. Hmm. Oh, he gave me gold. Then I believe, yep. Now with Swimmer Dog, um, I didn't get any fish. I have Puppo mount, but Puppo I have to sit here, and I will build Puppo house soon. And by build, I mean like I'm gonna make something that resembles a doghouse. Make sure I stay somewhat organized. Actually, these. Watch this. I love this. You, I love that. I think it's a cool mechanic that they made it to where you can play fetch with your dog. Take this with me. This goes in here. And I can put. I'm also gonna put these in here. Don't need the boots. Sack can go with me. And those can go in there. Let me get rid of that. Oh yeah. And with supplementaries installed, we can boop. Get the fuck up out of my bed. There we go. Head down. Believe. Yep. Ow. I swear they made backpedaling so slow. Here, zombie. That was almost really, really bad. And that's not gonna work. It doesn't work either. Ow. Just cut my nose. Trying to itch it right there. Well, I can go in the trash. Map and block can go in the trash. Eat some bread. But I need some of this. And this. That's a freaking skeleton in half. Ow. So with Corral, there's a small chance that your your corpse will spawn a zombie. And it looks like I hit that percentage. I need to find out why things so crooked. I don't like it. It's actually starting to bother me. Or am I crazy? What did I get? Tombstone Soulbound. Doesn't help me, considering... Whoa! This is Emerald? Oh boy. What's sad is I actually want the zombie flesh now. Yo! Some amethyst? No, I do believe ours is not in here. Yeah. I don't have fire. That's weird. I have fire resistance. So I've actually been live longer than normal, just like yesterday. But let's go ahead and mine just a little bit more. Oh, this is randomite. I need an iron pickaxe for that. Because I want to at least get to the point where I have a melter. And I want to do that on stream. Melters really are something that's really easy for me to get, considering it's just clay. But I have been called a cheater in the past. Especially since we have copper, like look at the so a melter is 5 seared brick is 9 seared brick plus 8, which is 17 18, 19, 20. 7, 27. Um, so what I'm gonna need, seared brick comes from grout. 27 divided by 2 is 13? No, 14? Why is everything crooked? Everything's seriously off kilter. It's like it's turned this way. Like it's facing this way. I'm pointing the other way because the camera's mirrored, but like sorry, Mr. Seals, you guys are in my boat. Yeah, it's really annoying. It's all leaning to the left. Reach day 5. Day 10. It's almost like there's a mod or something. And it's making me mad. And not just like a little bit mad. It's making me seriously mad. There are very few things in this world that make me this mad, and this is one of them. It messes with my OCD so bad. Can these go into a blast furnace? They can. Has I think this armor's been lighting up the area, but that's interesting. Have to take some redstone, which we don't have. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I sent a message to the devs. Um, I forgot I was in their Discord already. Luckily, there's one of the team members was online, and he was like, "Wait, screenshot, please." That's all I really need is 28. Wait, so it's one more. Gonna need actually 28. So it's 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Which means I need 8 more. Wait, I missed in my math somewhere. I need one more. Um, no, I did not. Haha. You would mess up. Okay, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Give me that. Then this goes in here. Pop down here. And all this can go in here for now. Then I need... Actually... Where's that chest? my wood in here? Click uses on here. Need one more piece. And part chest finishes that up. Then in here, we need one of these. This goes in here, boop. And then deposit into the part chest. Then we need 2 pieces of iron. Melt it up. I've been cooking charcoal. There we go. That's done. We got a melter. We have a little base set up. We got a good amount of resources for now. And now, with just a little boop, we now have an iron pickaxe. So, yeah, I'll see you guys all. I'm actually gonna end off for now. And I'll see you guys all next time. Let's just grab these quests. And save face for next time. And yeah, see you guys all soon. Peace.